The First Minister of Wales is to cancel men by enforcing a male curfew. Liverpool University renames the Gladstone Hall, and Manchester University bans the word mother. Hello everyone and welcome to the second video of the day. The woke brigade are here from every part of the United Kingdom, from Wales to Liverpool and Manchester. They're taking over our political establishment, academia, media. We're going to talk about a few examples. This is the Woke Watch episode. First, let's talk about what Mark Drakeford, the First Minister of Wales, has decided to consider. You remember a few months ago when he banned books during the lockdown because books are unessential. You don't need to read books. He also banned children's toys. You can't buy them from shops either. And now he's considering to enforce a male curfew, probably from 6 p.m. onwards. Because that's the best way to make our streets safer. Fewer men on the streets, and everybody will follow the rules. There are a lot of problems with this, and we're going to talk about this. Firstly, we all know, because of the recent incidents that's happened, and we do have a problem in every country when it comes to safety, and this is supposed to be the job of the police and the government to keep us safe and protected. But we know that, bad people and criminals are law-abiding. So if you say after 6 p.m. you have to go home, oh yeah, they definitely listen. They definitely go home because that's what criminals do. If you tell them that from 6 p.m. onwards, you can't commit crimes, you can't do anything bad, they'll definitely listen. This is the logic of the Welsh Labour government. He's refused to rule out the prospects of taking dramatic action if there were a crisis. So, firstly, where do you think he got this idea from? This idea actually yesterday came from the Green Party's Baroness Jones, who said that we should enforce a 6 p.m. curfew on men to keep us safe. If you, as any sort of type of government, are taking advice from the Green Party, then there's a lot of problems with you. I mean, who's taking the Green Party seriously enough to actually go with their policies? And luckily enough, Boris Johnson's government has completely rejected this, saying it makes absolutely no sense. Not only it's going to destroy our freedoms and fundamental rights, it's just nonsensical. It's not enforceable. And also, does that mean all men will be banned? So police officers, paramedics who are male? Does Mark Drakeford have to go home early? I mean, to be fair, I don't know how much he works, but I'm guessing he goes home at 4 p.m. Like all the other civil servants. But I'm not really sure how this will actually be working, considering certain incidents that's happened recently actually happened by law enforcement, people who are the police officers. So does that mean we're not going to have any police officers on the streets? Because they're also male, some of them, and a lot of them actually. So this is the biggest problem that we have with the logic or lack of logic. Second problem, ironically, coming from Mark Drakeford, this is his son, Jonathan Drakeford, who went to jail for the same reason. He was actually jailed because of the same sort of incident. And weirdly enough, the court actually said he has low IQ and was assessed as being autistic, so he wasn't given a proper jail sentence. But he targeted women on the streets, and he went to jail. Really? Mark Drakeford is now going to lecture us about how, he's morally superior and he knows how to actually fix the country. Firstly, fix your own family and your own son before telling the rest of society that all men are bad. Yeah, just because, you have one bad man in your family, it doesn't mean that you're going to have to basically cancel men after 6 p.m. You think that guy's bad? Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, the guy has come out to say that London streets are not safe for women or for girls, which is true. We know that. I think this Sadiq Khan guy actually has to write an angry letter to the mayor of London. Oh, wait, he is the mayor of London. Not only is the mayor of London, he is the police commissioner. He's in charge of the Met in London. It's his job to make London streets safe. He's complaining. Who is he complaining to? I'm not really sure. You're in charge. I have absolutely no idea in terms of, it's like Chris Whitty and Patrick Vallon come out to say, oh, but someone should do something about viruses when viruses come to the country. Yeah, it's your job to give advice. And it's Sadiq Khan's job to actually run the police force in London. So I'm not really sure who he's complaining to when he goes on LBC to rant about these sort of things. Everything has gone woke, and everything is all about gimmicks politics, and it's all about virtue signaling. When you have Liverpool University, Liverpool University decided to do something idiotic. They said that after a series of discussions initiated by our Guild of Students in October 2017, they have now finally decided to rename the Gladstone Hall residence. Gladstone, of all prime ministers that we had, Gladstone was a sound classical liberal prime minister who actually fought for justice and to abolish, all the bad practices that we had and the West had in general and the British Empire. But why are you renaming him? I'm not really sure how rewriting history is going to fix the problems of the past. And also, judging today's standards and comparing it to the past, stop doing that. It makes absolutely no sense. Liverpool University have gone completely woke. And it just reminds me, I mean, when I was in university centuries ago, about just over 10 years ago, it wasn't this bad. I mean, students and young people are always kind of progressive and they care about causes and they just shout and scream and cry and blame the whole world for their own problems. It wasn't this bad. I remember the biggest issue that students had when I was in Manchester at the time, as a student in Manchester, was student fees, to just cry about that, and also water bottles, how they're destroying the planet. That was the biggest problem we had. Right now, they're rewriting and they're bringing down statues, rewriting street names and halls of residence. And Manchester, the same city that I went to for university, they have now decided to ban the word mother. You're no longer a mother. It's laughable. It's dangerous, but it's also laughable. Because the word mother, I don't know, it's dangerous. So you have to say guardian. Now, this Sunday is Mother's Day. So I'm guessing instead of Happy Mother's Day, we have to say Happy Guardian's Day. Guardian. The Guardian. The newspaper. It's free promotion for The Guardian. So every year, there's going to be a special day for The Guardian. Happy Guardian's Day, everyone. And you're going to have to, instead of giving flowers to your mothers, you have to give a copy of The Guardian to your mums. You can't say mums, to your guardian. So this is the state of our country. It makes absolutely no sense that we're going through this. The BBC are also woke, you know that. The new BBC Director General, Tim Davie, a year ago when he was getting the job, he said that he wants to actually fight the woke side and he wants to change the BBC. He's decided to cancel the MASH report with Nish Kumar, which it's not funny. He's very left-wing. There are a lot of problems with this, but don't be happy when it comes to this news, because this is, again, it's all about gimmicks. It's not going to change anything. There are deeper problems with the BBC than cancelling a really, really weird comedy show, and this is not going to help anyone. The problem with the BBC is that I agree that if the BBC want to have a left-wing comedy, a political satire, any sort of show, and I am in favour of political satire, left-wing or right-wing, we actually need from all sides. The BBC's charter shouldn't actually allow that, because the taxpayer are funding this organisation. If the BBC want to do this, get rid of your charter, stop asking the taxpayer to pay you money, have your organisation run privately, and just create any weird show that you want, and you could make Nish Kumar your new Director General if you want to. I don't care. So this is the biggest problem we have. And a lot of people think, oh, that's it, Tim Davie is going to fix all the problems. No. Just because he's cancelled one show doesn't mean that the deeper problems of the BBC have now been fixed. I mean, maybe it's a start, but we'll have to wait and see what else he actually does. Everyone's gone woke. Political establishment gone woke. This woman has gone woke. I mean, she was already woke. Angela Rayner, who's the deputy leader of the Labour Party, she has come out to make a video about the upcoming local elections in the UK. Local elections. The elections are there to elect local councillors. And just watch this video and you see why I have a problem with it.
We will set out a very clear choice for the British people. A vote for Labour, which is a vote to support our NHS, a vote for a pay rise for our NHS heroes, and a vote for a stronger, more secure and more equal recovery for our country out of this pandemic.
What? So if you vote for local Labour candidates who will become councillors, then the NHS nurses will get a pay rise. I didn't know that councils and councillors are now in charge of funding the NHS. They're also apparently in charge of the economic recovery of the country. Why do you have to lie to people? This is not a general election. In May, we're going to have a local election. And the problem with the Labour Party is that this is a classic left-wing thing, where regardless of any occasion or any event, they're just going to repeat the same rants. You know, the rant about the so-called compassion and justice and equality and lollipops and unicorns and Jeremy Corbyn's tie and, you know, all the good things. It's irrelevant. Stop it. No one really cares. And this is quite misleading. There will be some people in the country who are not political. They don't really care about the news. They don't really follow it much. But then they'll just every now and then they'll see something. Oh, election's coming. Let's see what Labour's talking about. And they'll be like, oh, well, good. Some sort of election's coming. If I vote Labour, the NHS nurses will get a pay rise. Ooh. No, that's a lie. Don't fall for this. But yeah, I just wanted to make this episode, which is basically a woke watch episode, to expose every corner of this country is going mental, from universities to Mark Drakeford's Welsh government and Angela Rayner with her AirPods. So this is what we have for you guys today. If you are a member of the channel, double check to see that you're still a member, because YouTube makes some changes. Well, actually, I decided to make the membership process simple. We have one tier for everyone. So just double check to see if you're still a member. Otherwise, rejoin. But actually, this time you'll be paying less and you'll be getting more. If you're not a member, definitely become a member of our channel, because you get a lot of perks in return. We've got weekly Q&As on Mondays. We've got video calls with me and Lacey on Wednesdays. We're introducing Sunday newsletters, which are going to be exclusive newsletters. We're going to write in them, and we're going to get some big names, guests, and contributors to write, and members of the channel. If you want to write and contribute, you can also get in touch with us to potentially become a contributor as well. And we have a lot of other things as well. So find the link in the description, or find the join button next to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.